I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Wilmsmeyer.
Here.
Cook, aye. Knogle. Aye. Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Here.
McMasters.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Kaylee McKenzie. Here. We have a quorum.
Very well. Will you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation given today by Father Alfred from St. Elizabeth Catholic Church. If you don't wish to pray with us, you may use your phones at that time. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, Father.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Father Alfred, originally from Uganda, and I pastored St. Elizabeth's Parish here in Granite City. When I was asked to give an invocation for this meeting, I remembered the times I served on school boards. In Uganda, I did 2 schools in 6 years, and here I'm also a board member at Father McGivern High School and at our St. Elizabeth School. But one thing I've learned through that is that school boards are to address educational needs in a particular community, but more especially to bring equity to all the kids that we have in our communities, in our families, and help all those who work for education to make sure that they really motivate and mentor our young scholars in our families and in our homes to grow spiritually, but also to grow academically and also with human formation. And talking about that, you're familiar with Nelson Mandela from South Africa. He had a passion for education, and he felt education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And he said, education is a great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, that the child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. So as I pray, I ask the Almighty God that He may continue to help you as you make decisions and engage teachers and all other stakeholders in this town, so that the school district can help all the diverse student body and families in both academic and human formation, so that they can change the world around us. So may I pray, especially during this time of COVID-19 and things as they turn to the normal, we ask the God Almighty to strengthen each one of us through His power, that when evil darkens our world, He may give us light. When despair numbs our souls, He may give us hope. When we stumble and fall, He may lift us up. When doubts assail us, He may give us faith. When nothing seems sure, He may give us trust. When ideas fade, He may give us a vision. When we lose our way, He may be our guide, that we may find serenity in His presence and purpose in doing His will. And may peace and prayers be with you all.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Father.
Father. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again, Father. Public comments. I don't believe we have any public comment for this evening.
No, we do not.
Okay, we'll move on to the minutes. So I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on March 9th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion or issues on the minutes?
I'm going to do Bill first and then a second.
Okay. All right, roll call.
Cook, aye. Knogle. Aye. Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Moving on to the consent agenda.
Mr. President, the board, the consent agenda contains those items that are repetitive and routine in nature. Any member to make a motion to approve the consent agenda or request any items be moved to section 7 for individual discussion and consideration. There is a bill list and request from various organizations.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Knoble,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye.
Nunn,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Moving on to human resources, item A is rescind retirements.
Mr. President of the Board, it is recommended that the following retirements be rescinded. Carl Lehman, math teacher, GCHS, effective June 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Curran,
Aye.
Nunn,
Aye.
McMasters. Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. All right, the next item is item B, retirements and resignations.
Mr. President, the Board has recommended that the following retirements and resignations be accepted. Carl Lehman, math teacher, GCHS, retirement June 2021.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion or questions? Roll call.
Nunn,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Item C is request for leave of absence.
Mr. President, the Board has recommended the following leaves be approved. Craig Historian, custodian, effective 3/4/21 to 5/27/21. Corey Irbe, executive assistant, administrative offices, effective 3/15/21 to 6/7/21.
So moved. Or I'll take the second then.
Okay.
Any discussion or questions? Roll call.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Item D is request to extend leaves of absence.
Mr. President, the Board has recommended that the following extensions of leaves be approved. Ms. Terry Mitchell, Principal Frohart, effective 11/16/2020 to 6/7/2021.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
McMasters. And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. The next item is an extracurricular resignation for Granite City High School for the 2021 school year.
Mr. President of the Board, you've received detailed information about this item. The administration is prepared to make recommendations or hold for discussion in executive session. We are recommending that the following extracurricular resignation be accepted. Mr. Brian Nemski, GCHS Assistant Football Coach.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. The next item is item F, extracurricular resignations for Granite City High School for the 21-22 school year.
Mr. President of the Board, you've received detailed information about this item below. The administration is prepared to make recommendations or hold for discussion in executive session. We are recommending that the following extracurricular resignation be accepted. Ms. Nicole Schmidt, GCHS Assistant Girls Volleyball Coach.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Cook, aye. Knoble.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Moving on to item G, recommendations for Granite City High School extracurriculars for the 21-22 school year.
Mr. President of the Board, you've received detailed information below about this item. The administration is prepared to make recommendations or hold a discussion for executive session. The high school administration is recommending the following extracurricular for the 2021-2022 school year. Ms. Alexandria Miller, Assistant Girls Volleyball Coach.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Knoble.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Jones.
Aye, motion carried. The next item is item G, recommendations, or no, this is G, this is H. Okay, H. Item H is recommendations for category movement for the high school and Coolidge Junior High cheer coaches for the 21-22 school year.
Mr. President of the Board, upon review of the high school head cheer coaches and Coolidge Junior High cheerleading advisor placement on the stipend schedule, it has been determined that the category needs to be adjusted. High school head cheer coach from column 3, assistant coach major, to column 2, head coach minor. Coolidge Junior cheer advisor from column 7, club level C, to column 4, club level A, head junior high. These changes should be implemented for the 21-22 school year.
Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Second.
Questions? Did you get a motion?
No, I'm sorry.
Who made the motion? Zach.
And Bill did the second. I lost my
That's
second, so I was trying, okay.
Okay, any discussion or questions? Okay, roll call.
Curran,
Aye.
Nunn,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Kanogle. Aye. And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. Moving on to item I, that is the employment of a laborer.
Mr. President of the Board, you've received detailed information about this item below. The administration is prepared to make recommendations or hold for discussion in executive session. Due to the appointment of Eric Smith, the supervisor of facilities management, the committee consisting of Jim Parker, Eric Smith, and Zach Shurey interviewed the following candidate and is recommended for hire. Brandon Moreland.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Nunn,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Kanogle. Aye. Curran.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. I think it's, yeah, but it's just out of order. Hold on.
I'm missing.
Yeah.
That's what was confusing me a while ago.
That's okay, that's okay.
No, but there's other.
Okay, so the item K is in the front of our binders.
Yeah.
But the item,
It is,
Okay.
they both are.
oh, they both, okay. Okay, so the next item that I have on the agenda is the ratification of the teacher's contract. And that's, we're going to hold for executive session, not because there's anything wrong with it, but just because we wanna talk with the full board. So that's held
2C3.
under 2C3.
I'd like to-
Okay, and then K is the text trainer administration salary.
I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry, 2C2.
2C2, okay. Like, we didn't use 3 very often.
Yeah, we did it one time.
That's okay, okay. Okay, so then we're gonna hold item K, which is the text trainer administration salary adjustments, also under 2C2. And then, the employee discipline, does anybody need to have that hold held?
No.
Okay, so you can go ahead and
Sure.
forward that.
Mr. President, the board, you've received detailed information on this item below. The administration is prepared to make recommendations or hold for discussion in executive session.
So moved. Second.
Do you need to?
Do we?
Tom, do we need to read the?
How much of that you want to talk
Just the discipline of the name of the employee being disciplined.
Okay,
Okay,
so the last line.
right. We are requesting that the board uphold Jason Markovich's suspension of
So moved. Oh, no, we already have those, I'm sorry.
We have that already.
Sorry.
So, does anybody have any other questions or comments? Okay, I think we're ready for roll call.
Okay. McMasters.
Aye.
Wilmsmeyer.
Aye.
Cook, aye. Kanogle. Aye. Curran.
Aye.
Nunn.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye, motion carried. We do not have any old business, and I don't believe we have any new business either. So that takes us to the reports and other communications. Item A is the Freedom of Information Act request.
Yes. Mr. President of the board, we received 2 requests under the Freedom of Information Act during the period of March 3rd, 21 through March 18th, 21. The request received on March 15th, 2021 from Jody Cohen from Publica and Jennifer Smith Richards from the Chicago Tribune. They requested the following information. Records that show all incidents that included referral to law enforcement, including school-based resource officers and underlying offense during 2018-19, 2019-20, and 2020-21 school years and did not result in arrest. Records that show all arrests of students made inside the school district and the underlying offense during the 2018-19, 19-20, and 2021 school years. Records that show the gender and race of students referred to law enforcement arrested and/or issued a citation or ticket in the 2018-19, 19-20, and 2021 school years. Records that show all incidents which students were issued a citation or ticket for an ordinance violation during the 2018-19, 19-20, or 2021 school years. The second request was received on March 15, 2021 from Ms. Carrie Toth, a teacher at Grigsby Intermediate School. She requested the following information. all air quality data and reports and water damage assessments for Grigsby Intermediate from August 1st, 2019 to March 1st, 2021. Communications to Grigsby staff and parents related to flooding, late start, and building concerns. Mold from August 1st, 2019 to March 1st, 2021. These requests were all handled by the administration.
All right, very good. Thanks for going through those. That takes us to executive session. Exceptions noted under 5 ILCS 120-2, open meeting. The appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body, 2C1. Student disciplinary matters, 2C9. The purchase or lease of real property for use by the public body or setting price thereof, 2C5 and 6. Collective bargaining matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, 2C2. Litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed, is probable or imminent, 2C11. To discuss school building safety and security procedures, 2C8, and student safety, 2C8. Tonight we just have those two items that are being held under 2C2, the ratification of the teacher's contract and the other salary adjustments. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive session, and the time is 5:19.